High in the Andean Vale, where clouds brush jagged spines like forgotten whispers, a city of stone defies the Earth's relentless pull. Imagine granite titans stacked at 2,400 meters on a razor's ridge. There seems so flawless a sigh could not pass. This is Machu Picchu, the Inca's silent sentinel, a riddle carved from rock that still taunts our modern machines and curious minds. Power bends to those who read its currents. 550 years ago, Pachacuti, the emperor who reshaped empires, sought a throne. He claimed this eyrie, ringed by abysses, with the Urubamba's roar echoing far below, peaks piercing heaven alone without mortal maps. Yet Incas forged mastery deeper than any engineer's draft, their true craft buried not in grandeur above, but in mountains' hidden veins. Beneath lay their quiet triumph, a labyrinth of channels, sands layered with gravel, claiming nearly two-thirds of all their immense manual toil. This unseen shield grips the slope against rains that could drown valleys. Granite, gray and unyielding, they quarried from the crest itself. Wooden stakes wedged into cracks, doused to swell, sheared boulders free with patient cunning. How they tamed these giants remains a shadow. How they move them up sheer faces, without wheel or iron, remains the mystery that draws us closer to their silent legacy. Stones do not merely stack. They embrace. Edges jagged yet precise, interlocking as fate's own puzzle, built to quiver in quakes. They surrender not to force. Paths curve with the sun's secret dance, windows framing solstices like the watchful eyes of ancient gods. 400 years it hid, mere 100 kilometers from Cusco's pulse. Spanish steel ravaged lowlands, but clouds and crags turned invaders back. Jungles wove a shroud none pierced. Locals whispered it myth, until July 24, 1911, when history's veil was finally torn aside. Hiram Bingham, Yale's restless seeker, hunted Vilcabamba's ghost. A sergeant and boy named Pablo led him up fog-cloaked claws to the summit. At the crest, walls of white granite pierced overgrowth, trees threading arches, yet masonry gleamed fresh as breath. No cross scarred purity. Bingham froze, perfection untouched by time. He wandered labyrinths, hands brushing polished faces free of centuries' grime. Europe left no trace here. National Geographic's 1913 images lit the world aflame. How? A people sans beasts or metal, raising mountains upon mountains in the sky. Mistaking it for the fabled holdout, he dug deep. Bones, mostly women's, birthed tales of sun maidens, though truth was far complex. Relics, gold, clay, remained spirited to Yale, returned to Peru only now after a century's tug. Stand amid those walls today and listen. Impossibility whispers. No cranes. Stone hammers, bronze chisels, wood alone against granite's grudge. Quarry crowned the ridge, genius spared valley halls. Dry laid bonds, wait and form their mortar. Blocks bear 6 to 12 faces, protrusions locking as cosmic gears turning in stone silence. Artisans traced, ground, repeated until seams vanished. Patience as philosophy. Andes tremble. Rigid crumbles. Inca walls sway, absorb, resettle under mass. 20-ton behemoths moved by human seas. Fiber ropes strain, logs roll beneath, river pebbles bearing smooth. Nubs for levers, later hewn away. Forms flow from cliff to craft. Rough for homes, mirror for temples, trapezoids tilting to tension. Modern in their merge, ancient in soul. Intihuatana crowns the rise. Sun's hitching post, solstice aligned gnomon pulsing warmth even in haze. What spiritual force lingers there today? Terraces girdle like earth's breath. Stone base, gravel drain, sand sieve, valley soil crown. Rains filter free, sun-baked layers warm maize roots. Fields fed 750 souls, self-bound. Water's trial met by 750 meters of channel from a spring, gradient flawless. 16 founts fed pure. Foul flows apart, sand swallows storms into veiled drains. Boulders bowed to will, altars, walls not foes removed. City as mountain's child, landslide proof. Every groove, every buttress speaks intuitive law. Autonomy incarnate in a landscape of sheer verticality. Sacred from secular. Pachacuti's elite eyrie, 500 to 1,000 strong priests, craftmasters, guards living in isolation above the clouds. Sun temple curves round living rock. Winter's ray spears true. Grotto below, polished crypt for mummy sages, spirits counseling still in silence. 3 eastern windows trace mythic births, stone silken to touch. Plaza's voice carries divine, ruler's word echoing godlike calm across the stone. Homes spare, mats on floors, niches for all, vents drawing clean. Workshop spun alpaca thread, fired clay. Stars scripted days from thrones, rhythm of heaven ruled. Yet scarce 100 years, circa 1572, silence fell. No flames, no blades. Valuables vanished, paths unmade. Plagues from afar, smallpox without shield reaved unseen. Cusco's wars severed supply. Flee to selva depths, sanctuary sealed from the world. New wonder now, yet voids hum below, untouched vaults calling. Throngs climb old veins, sensing stellar secrets, stone-moving spells lingering in air. One certainty. Nature's harmony births the undying. Reflect coolly. Our age of steel strains loud. Inca hands whispered eternal truths to rock. Power hides not in force, but flow. Towers we thrust may totter. These stones abide, teaching convergence over conquest. What rhythms do we ignore? Gaze as dawn gilds the altar. Feel the weight. Deeper truths unfold in the quiet spaces. Pachacuti did not merely build. He bound. He bound empire's threads here. Tawantinsuyu stretched from Quito's heights to Chile's chill, terraces veiling continents in green. Machu Picchu, its jewel. Hydraulic hymns echoing wide. Quarry choice cut chaos. Swell split spared sweat. Striker stone sparked granite's yield. Bronze edged eternity into form. Fits forged in fireless forge. 14-faced legends, though 12 suffice. Touch, mark, grind ritual till flawless. Quakes prove. Sway save structures. Models mirror motion, self-right true. Leviathans lured by lever and line, hemp hauling harmony. Tools taught terrain. Tenderizers tough, tempo tribal. Walls wed wild. Vulgar for vassals, virtuoso for vestals. Terraces tame tilt. 20-degree tiers, layers leaching life aloft. Maze mocked meter. Microclimates mastered. Waters wove without waste. 0.5% pitch pure. 16 sequence sanctuaries, sanitation supreme. Subterranean sponges spared scour. Landscape listened. Lithics lived as legacy. Schema sacred. Sectors split sharp. Capacity carved circa 750. Casts clear. Solstice sanctum stabbed. Solstice sanctum stabbed sun home. Grotto guarded ghosts graceful. Trinity touched Thales tender. Phonetic plaza proclaimed power. Gnomon gleamed geomagnetic. Warmth wove wonder. Discipline dawn divine. Dusk divine deep. Dwellings drain deft. Desertions dart. Varila veiled, viceroys vexed. Vilcabamba veiled vainly. Veil vigilant. Vacuum vouchsafed void. Vibrissays vibrates voids vital. Vogue veils verity. Verdict visceral, vision venerable. Pivot profound. Parsimony pulses power. Machines mask. Minds merge mysteries. Insight indigenous illuminates. Engineering echoes equatorial. Synergy sustainable surpasses steel. Copies crave cunning collective. Quechua quiets cosmos. Calendars conjoined carved cycles. Cusco kin complements. Coricancha calls. Chavin, Chimerchant precedents. Carol cradles continuum climax Cusco. Capacity calculation colossal. Numerals nuanced none. Navigation nods northless. Nutrition nods quinoa queens. Pathophysiology plummets precise plague. Paradox preserves pristine passage. Potentials probe persist. Pinnacle pre-Columbian pulses proud. Philosophy probes. Progress propels past parsimony. Engines echo empty. Elemental endures eloquent. Dominion dances depth. Delve dimensions untold. Astronomical acuity aligned altars afar. Intihuatana intuited inclinations. Inclinations infinite. Solstice spears struck sacred. Season scripted stone. Seismic savvy surpassed scribes. Sway simulated Sanskrit. 20-ton transport tested tenacity. Tides of tribe turned terrain. Rope relays rivaled rails. Rollers rebuked resistance. Bronze bit bevels bold. Basalt bashed boundaries. Polygons puzzled piers. 12 planes perfected patience. Trapezoids tense triumphantly. Terrace tally. Thousands turn tilt to tillable. Layer lore. Lithics low, loams lift legacy. Warmth thwarted winter's woe. Maze multiplied miracles. Hydrologic hymn hummed half millennia. Channel chiseled chaste. Founts flowed faultless. Filters fended floods. Drains devoured deluge deep. Boulder bond bespoke belonging. City coaxed from crag, cradle complete. Social strata stratified sublime. Supreme sojourn sacred. 750 souls sensed. Priests parsed patterns. Potters pressed purpose. Sun semicircle summoned spears. Crypt cradled counsel ceaseless. Windows wove worlds whence. Echo enthroned eloquence. Gnomon guarded God's gate. Discipline dictated dawn's decree. Abodes austere assured air. Arts animated alpaca, clay. Stars steered serene, cycles commanded. Yet yielded year 100. Epidemics eclipsed empire. Strife sundered supply swift. Sanctuary sealed secret. Selva sheltered survivors somber. Sleep spans, stirred seldom. Scan sense secret subterranean still. Sensors stir stone silence. Throngs trace threads thin, truth's teasing touch. Truth transcends, tenacity tames titans. Harmony hoists higher than hoists. Reflection renders. Restraint reigns real. Rhythms resonate resolute. Modernity murmurs mechanical. Machu murmurs masterful. Convergence calls conquest coward. Contemplate convergence complete. Civilization carves cautious. Inca incarnate intuition infinite. Empires erode. Essence endures. Eternity echoes elemental. Feel fractureless faces firm. Sun salutes solstice stone. Spirits stir subtle. Scale summit symbolic. Shadows share sagacity supreme. Power pulses parsimonious, profound. Ponder peaks perpetual. Progress pauses, ponders primitive prowess. Philosophy finds footing firm. Forge forward fearless. Fuse forgotten finesse. Future favors flow, not force. Machu murmurs, merge, master, abide. Wisdom whispers wild, worlds within weight. Way will versus wheel. Wonder wins weightless. Legacy lingers luminous. Light leads lost lore. Listen, lessons live large. Harmony holds heavenward. History humbles haste. Heights hail hands humble. Greatness germinates grounded. Genius gleams granite graven. Gaze grants grace. Truth tastes timeless. Temples teach. Temples teach tranquility. Triumph transcends time. Eternal echoes engage. Essence embraces ever. Endure, as Incas etch their souls into the living rock. As we depart this city of clouds, remember that true power lies not in conquering the earth, but in becoming one with it. The stones still speak to those who listen, whispering ancient secrets of engineering, astronomy, and the delicate balance of life and death. Thank you for climbing the peaks of history with us. This is a historical revival. Subscribe to uncover more lost worlds.